topic for the 2-minute drill this week is glorification. And if you're like me and you watched cartoons growing up, your understanding of heaven and of glorification might be skewed a little bit. This idea of sitting on the cloud and playing a harp. I mean, no wonder heaven doesn't sound appealing to some people. I hated playing instruments growing up. I was terrible at them. But that's not really an accurate or even a biblical understanding of glorification at all. And so hopefully after this 2-minute drill, you will be eagerly and yearning and anxiously awaiting this idea of glorification. Now, the tendency is to think that this word sounds great in general and all, but not really to put much more thought in it. We probably don't think about it, and we probably don't ponder on it enough. And so my hope is, again, today, that you would just have this high overview and that it's something that is going to cause you to meditate on it more consistently and clearly. So glorification is this idea that everything is going to come into perfection in heaven, which causes us to think about this idea of there's going to be no more pain, like illness and sickness and cancer and emotional roller coasters and depression and abuse all along the lines. And it goes on to say no more tears. I mean, this is an incredible and glorious thing to think about. And so if you're hurting right now, I just want you to sit on that very promise from God's Word. It's from Revelation 21:4. It says, He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning, nor crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. That is a glorious truth. It's a wonderful truth. It's a truth we need to think about more. It's a truth we need to remind ourselves of more. See, glorified bodies is going to be such an unreal thing for us that many of us can't even begin to think or imagine, and so we don't even consider it. Yet His Word promises that, and so much more. Isaiah 25 is also another passage that really gets me overly excited about glorification, and some of it has to do with my love for food, which, by the way, is also a gift from God. Isaiah 25, I encourage you to even just read that passage this week and marinate yourself in that. But Isaiah 25, specifically verse 6, describes glorification like this. On this mountain, the Lord Almighty will prepare a feast of rich food for all peoples, a banquet of aged wine, the best of meats, the finest of wines. Now, I love how it shows about this glorification. There's diversity, all peoples. There's rich food, the best of food, the meatiest of meat, the finest of wines, the best of all things. So really, that's a great definition of glorification, the best of all things. See, worship in glorification, in our glorification, is going to put everything we've ever experienced on this earth to shame. It's going to make it micro and little and nothing in comparison. And to be honest, I cannot wait. Now, this was a really high overview of glorifications, and I didn't really want to get into the nitty-gritty and lose you all in those mix, but really give you a taste, salivate to excite you on this. And so I hope that this encourages your heart today. This eagerness, this anticipation, this longing to be on the side of glorification should cause our hearts to praise and worship God for what He will do. Have a great rest of the week. Thanks.